Welcome everybody, my name is Michael and today we are discussing about MetaMask and the potential risks with MetaMask malware and malware for not only MetaMask but for any wallet, for any website that you input information into, and how you might just lose even up to a few $1,000,000 or however much you have in your wallet. We will give you an extreme example today of an individual, a very high-ranking cryptocurrency executive who not only was using a cold storage wallet, a physical copy, whether that was a Ledger or a Trezor. Those are the only two options really, because those two would only work with MetaMask. He lost his money, over $8 million worth of his project's tokens. So that is going to be an extreme example later on in this video, and we're going to discuss how you can protect yourself using conventional methods and slightly over paranoid non-conventional methods, but I would still recommend them, especially if you have a fair amount of money, whether that is $5,000 to you or $500,000. These methods apply either way. So welcome. If you're coming over from Kubera, hit that subscribe button and let's begin this journey. Let's discuss MetaMask, and tomorrow we are discussing about something that I discovered today. We are discussing about DeFi Pulse Index, DPI. So if you're interested in that, or if you already have invested into DPI, let me know down in the comment section below. And yeah, so that's coming up tomorrow. Let us begin. I have used MetaMask for years. I haven't really used it in the most recent months. I've been mainly using Exodus, but whichever wallet you use, first of all, you should check whether it's a good wallet, because some people are using scam wallets. There's scams all around the cryptocurrency world, so you have to be careful. And these scams can come in the form of emails and phishing attacks and scammers trying to hack into your phone, into your computer, even social engineering, traditional social engineering, where they're able to get your information either through tricking you or one of your employers or employees or somebody who might have access to your computer, to your wallet, whoever. There's so many different ways. Most of these are super simple, super stupid, and you're going to be able to catch on to them if you just have a inner intuition and some red flags going off in your head. You're able to ignore most of them, but some of them, it gets really tiring when you have millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars and you have to be on the lookout. You have to be this paranoid every single day. But that happens not only in cryptocurrency, that can happen for your bank details, for your social security number. So before there's other people coming in, this is where cryptocurrency is a scam, this is where it's going to fall because the banking system is so much better. No, there's people who have had their entire lives ruined because of a hacker, a scammer, especially from a foreign country where you can't really do anything. A lawsuit, yeah, that's not going to go that well. You're going to lose more money trying to get them back. And sometimes there's safeguards with banks, but sometimes if they really want to destroy your life, this can happen to anybody. So it's just better to be safe than sorry. So let's begin. What can you do first of all to protect yourself? And then we're going to go through certain examples of people, how they lost their Ethereum, they lost their tokens, and they're really sad. I mean, I wish them all the best. I've never had this happen to me as of yet, but I know for certain 100% that using Kubera, I've received emails that came from suspicious addresses. People definitely were impersonating me, and people were impersonating other YouTubers as well. So whether they were trying to scam me or my subscribers, I know for certain that I have been targeted, and the larger you grow in the cryptocurrency world, the more scammers and hackers and the scum of the earth will try and steal from you or from people around you. You just got to keep a watchful eye. First of all right, the non-conventional methods. If you have a lot of money, this is what I recommend. Have an entirely different phone and a computer. I've always recommended this, but for different reasons. However, if you came from Avi, for the darknet and for privacy and for OPSEC reasons, However, if you have a lot of money, whether it's cryptocurrency or stocks or whatever, you're able to invest that extra $1,000 or that extra $2,000 into multiple layers to protect yourself. VPNs, burner laptop, burner phone, they don't have to be amazing. They just have to work as a wallet. They just have to work going online a few minutes sometimes. So it doesn't even have to be a few $1,000s. It can be a few $100s if it's a notebook, but don't cheap out. If you have hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of cryptocurrency, have multiple addresses, have multiple cold storage wallets, write down all your passwords on paper format in multiple places. So first of all, you don't misplace that journal or that paper wherever you put it. The only digital copies that you have, if you really want to be safe, all of them should be encrypted. All of them can only be accessed by you, and all of these digital copies are offline. So if they're on a burner laptop using a completely new address, an email address, I recommend Proton Mail. Don't use WhatsApp, don't use Facebook, don't use social media, don't use your laptop for anything other than cryptocurrency. These emails that you set up, do not use them for anything. Don't post them anywhere online. You're not going to get spammed. Nothing is going to come into your emails. One of my main emails, I totally get spam, hundreds of spam emails every single day. My 100% only cryptocurrency accounts, nobody knows except maybe my girlfriend, but I trust her. And even she doesn't have the passwords to my cryptocurrency wallet. So have your passwords, have your seed phrases, have all of this super duper important stuff, all of your keys, everything saved. If it's digital, save it, back it up, keep it offline, keep it on a burner laptop that only you have access to. All of the details that are stored in cloud services, understand you might feel safe, but what if there's an employee on the other end? You have millions of dollars. What if they just log in and steal all your stuff? And that is the only person that would have access to that data. Sure, they might get fired. Sure, there might be an investigation that happens if they do it too much. And sure, that's a felony. But there have been cases where people have stolen millions of dollars and just left the country. So always be paranoid. I look even at cameras in public spaces. You never know who's on the other end looking at this stuff. Tape your cameras. I used to tape all of my cameras. Maybe I went a little overboard, but still. Don't click any mysterious links. Always look at the link. Where is it coming from? Does it have a different link down below? For hyperlinks, for emails, always check where the email is coming from. Always double check the websites. Are they HTTP or is it a secured HTTPS with a lock on it? If you don't want people to know where you live, use a VPN. Make sure you use a reputable VPN. Pay for your VPN. Don't cheap out on any of this stuff. If you buy a used cold storage wallet, it might have been compromised. If you buy a used laptop, it might have been compromised. I'm not saying go the super expensive route, but you can buy a brand new laptop and a brand new burner phone that both of them cost a few $100s. Spend the $100 or $150 on the Ledger Trezor. Double check all of your passwords and only use that when you are selling, buying, or trading your cryptocurrency, and you should be fine. Now, that definitely does go overboard. For most people, if you have $1,000 worth of crypto, it's probably not worth it, but there's plenty of people, you'd be surprised at how many multi-millionaires there are sitting in cryptocurrency. If you feel your laptop is compromised, get a antivirus, but be careful because sometimes the antivirus that you install is compromised itself. I remember one time I installed Norton and it screwed up my computer years back. This was back when I was like 12 or 13 years old, but that lesson stuck with me forever. Always double check where you're downloading files from. Is it from the original website? Always double check everything. And just think logically. Don't brag about your money. If you have a lot, don't let anybody know how much you have. Stealth wealth, look into it if you haven't heard of it. Live a minimalistic lifestyle if you've got multi-millions, and you should be fine. Check your computer frequently if there's viruses. If you have a good antivirus, don't download any sketchy files, and you should be fine. For those who are saying that MetaMask's servers were compromised, you have to realize that this is a local thing. This is a local issue. So if you're doing all of these steps right, there's only a few points where you could be compromised, and usually that's from human error. So usually Someone loses their money big time if they don't double check. That's why I kept repeating it, and I will continue. I have lost money, not from hacking, but just because I didn't double check information. You will probably lose money, whether that's $10, $1,000, or $100,000, eventually down the line in cryptocurrency if you just don't double check your information. So there are certain risks that as you get more experience, you're able to avoid. Now, the conventional methods for just the average random guy who's investing in cryptocurrency, take all of that, what I just mentioned, all of that will apply. But maybe you don't need that burner laptop. Maybe you don't need that burner phone. But I would recommend cold storage wallets. I would recommend taking your money as soon as you did the trades on the exchange. If it's a fair bit of money, take that off of the exchange, because the exchange could be compromised. There could be a hack on the exchange. You might lose your money. Double check the addresses that you're sending to. It's always good to have multiple addresses. Don't overdo it. But if you have all your eggs in the same basket, if something happens to that at one address, if you forget the password, then you're going to end up on the news in a few years where, oh no, I lost $100 million. Don't brag. Keep your money offline. Only take it online where you're going to sell or buy more. So people are asking if MetaMask servers can be compromised. And like I said, the transactions are all signed locally, so it's not on servers, and it's most probably not a server issue. It could be a malware or simply negligent issue, because there's also a lot of human errors. So if we go, we're going to be discussing about these examples now. If you just go on MetaMask on the subreddit, a few days ago, MetaMask token stolen wallet shows Ethereum transaction. Somebody just transferred all of my tokens without any MetaMask transaction. He deposited Ether in the wallet, but it doesn't show how many tokens have been sent out. How is this even possible to remove tokens without any MetaMask transfer message? How did he swap tokens? And a top answer, same thing happened to me. I had mobile, Chrome extension, Firefox extension. Recently, I connected my wallet to Zero Exchange. Another individual, same here. Link token stolen. Chainlink put his Ethereum forward. MetaMask does not show the transaction. And then they're talking about contacting the local police. And someone finally says it's malware that steals your private key. Got me a year ago as well. Get a hardware wallet to fix. And another guy's saying that even with his Ledger Nano S, he got his funds stolen. Yep, hacked me last night as well. Cool that there are zero security precautions like Crypto.com anti-phishing code. Another one, I just lost all 500 of my uni today at 3 p.m. No notification of the transaction, and I use biometrics on my phone to access my wallet. I don't understand how this happened. Another one, I had 350 uni stolen, tracked it through a few Ethereum addresses, and I landed in a wallet worth over $1.2 million with a lot of current transactions. And the list just goes on and on and on. So there's a fair amount of people. And in most of these cases, if you track where it's going to, you're able to find out that, hey, if it's 500,000, if it's a few $1 million, it could be the same hacker or the same hacking group. And it's stealing not just from you, but from anybody who downloaded this malware. And one of the easiest ways to get malware, I mean, there's three ways. Social engineering. The second one is basically phishing. You click a link, something gets installed, you click an image. That's why sometimes Google has a suspicious warning for any suspicious email addresses, for any images that have been attached, for any files that have been attached, for any links. And there's many things that you can just click and then boom, something downloads in the background. Now, one of the easiest things to download is people back a few years ago, I'm sure they still do it now, but it's less popular because of the whole mining difficulty going up. But miners would just be installed on people's computers without them having a clue about that. And nowadays, it probably makes more sense for them to just hack into wallets. Anybody who has posted on any crypto forums, an influencer, anybody who is a prime target for this, boom, their information gets selected, and they're going to be a victim or potential victim for a phishing attack. So you have to watch out for phishing. And the third attempt is you go onto a website, and something on that website, maybe initially nothing gets downloaded. Maybe you didn't click a link from an email, but something redirects you, something, an image reloads, something gets downloaded in the background without your knowledge. Or if you're downloading something legitimate, something is compromised. The website's compromised, the download file is compromised. You have no idea where it's coming from, but it's rare. It's a risk that you should be well aware of, but it's not something to be absolutely panicked about on a day-to-day basis. However, don't have too much funds on a single wallet. And yeah, there's a lot of ways to hopefully protect yourself, but nothing's foolproof. I also forgot to mention that you should encrypt your files, encrypt all data that will be stored offline, but it is digital. Encryption is huge, and PGP keys if you're writing messages. So one of the final things we're going to be discussing here is the $8 million in cryptocurrency tokens stolen. So Nexus mutual funder Hugh Karp's personal account on December 14th, 2020, Certic Skynet discovered a very large transaction from Hugh Karp, the founder of Nexus Mutual, a people-powered alternative to insurance built on Ether, which transferred 370,000 NXM tokens to an unknown cryptocurrency account. The total value of digital tokens is around $8.33 million, where I'm curious if we type in how they have done over the past month and a half, NXM today, NXM is $62.10. So 62.10 times 370,000. How much did he lose? Yeah, 370,000. Oh yeah. So well, it's not good. It is 23 million basically. $22,977,000. Wow. This was December 14th. So, and yeah, NXM has gone up. It has hit its peak of 65, almost $66 as of yesterday, February 6th. That hurts. That hurts right there. Over $23 million. If the hacker kept onto the $8 million worth of funds, he would have doubled or tripled that. Man, that sucks for Hugh. Now, the good thing is, of course, this was Hugh's personal account, and the company was not affected by this at all. According to the official disclosure, after obtaining remote control of Hugh Karp's personal computer, an attacker modified the MetaMask extension used on the computer and misled or tricked him to sign a different transaction, which eventually transferred a huge amount of tokens to the attacker's account. So it's basically a click, a download, something that even if it looks okay, this is a problem. Whenever you're downloading anything, even if it's an update, you have to be sure, double check if it's coming from the original website, if it's coming from a good source, if it's trusted. If you're getting any alerts, anything fishy, anything seems a little bit, catches you off guard, maybe trust your intuition, look a little bit more into it. So the hacker managed to gain control of Hugh Karp's PC. After doing that, they were able to open the browser via the remote desktop and directly install the modified MetaMask extension. The hacker found the installation path of MetaMask extension on his PC, modified the code, and loaded the modified extension into the browser after the modification. The hacker or attacker modified the browser extension with a built-in command line tool. And what's interesting with Trezor and Ledger, you would have the confirmation. You would see the address that this money is being sent to. So the hacker waited until he was actually able to until he was actually able to send the funds. So he was probably sending $8 million for something that was very important at the time, and Hugh did not notice the address that he was sending to in Trezor and Ledger was different than the one he input. So he confirmed it. He didn't notice on his cold storage hardware wallet, and that's why you got to double check. That is the importance of insurance is fully illustrated by this incident. Yeah, so insurance is important when you're dealing with millions of dollars worth of cryptocurrency, but I'm not sure if in this case it would fully pay out. I don't know. It's a tough situation. 8 million that turned into 23 million. It's overall a video that hopefully is not here to panic you. There's a very small chance that something like this could ever happen to you. But this could happen with a bank account. This could happen with any fiat currency accounts. This can happen with Social Security. This can happen with anything. So it's not just for cryptocurrency that you should be careful. It's for everything that you should be careful, even for LinkedIn, even for especially for your professional career, anything that's related to your job. Always have separate emails, always have a separate social media accounts, and just double check everything that you're clicking. And that is that for MetaMask Malware. Yeah, it sucks that there's still people like that, and this will always continue. So if you have more money, there's a lot of stress that goes with that. So thanks for watching. If you're coming over from Kubera, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like. Comment down your opinion below what you think about this. And man, those last stories really hurt about people losing thousands of dollars and that executive losing over $8 million. And that's a life-changing amount, and that's also an amount that has definitely affected that company. Of course, it was only a personal account that was affected, not the company accounts, but still, that's a lot of money. That definitely could have been used, and that $8 million could have been transformed into $80 million or even a few $100 million with how rapidly crypto is expanding. And even if you invested outside of crypto in real estate or anything, that's just an absurd amount. So that's that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. So hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.